All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Tedoldi. It is nice to see you. I am one of the music teachers for the Foxborough Public Schools, and I hope that this video finds you all healthy and happy in your homes. And I want to just welcome you. This is our second lesson in our beginner ukulele lesson series. And thank you for joining me again and learning to play this wonderful instrument, the ukulele, which I think is one of the happiest instruments on earth. So today we are going to do a new song. Last week we did Row, Row, Row Your Boat, and we learned 2 chords. My goal for you today is we're going to actually learn a couple of more chords. We'll review one of the chords from last week, and we will end with a song, a Bob Marley favorite, called 3 Little Birds, or Don't Worry About a Thing. And I think, given our times today, I think this is a nice song for everybody. And when I play this song, it makes me really happy, so I'm excited to share it with you. So let's start. Let's actually make sure our ukuleles are in tune. I'm going to play my strings for you, and I'm just going to kind of talk you through the tuning process a little bit in case your instrument doesn't sound like mine. So here's what mine sounds like. So just so you know, these little knobs up here are attached to each string. And you could get a tuner app, which would be great. So you could find one on your phone. My favorite one is actually called Tonal Energy. That is an app that you can download. And all you want to do is make sure that your strings kind of match up to the name on your tuner. So you can hold that tuner in front of you, and you should have G should be your bottom string. We should then have C, and then E, and then A. And if you forget those string names, you can feel free to hop over to Google and Google the string names of a ukulele. And then these tuners up here are fine tuners. They can help you raise the string a little bit or lower it to make sure that it's actually in tune. But for now, if you don't have time to tune that, that's okay. That's something you certainly could explore another time, just to make sure that your ukulele sounds okay or is in tune. So let's start a little bit again, just kind of review our ukulele position. So you want to make sure that it's comfortable on your body. I'm sitting in my lap. You certainly could be sitting with your legs crossed on the floor. You can sit in a chair, anywhere that's comfortable. But making sure that the ukulele is at an angle. And again, if I were a clock, the neck of the ukulele would be at 2 o'clock. And I also want to make sure that my ukulele is facing forward. You don't want to have it tilted up or even away from you. You want that just to be nice and forward here so that you can have really good position when you play. So let's do a little bit of review from last week. So we're going to, so remember, we went over and we talked about our strings being numbered. So the string that's furthest away from me is going to be string number 1. String number 2 is the next one. String number 3, and And then string number 4 is the one that's closest to my face. And then up here, when I talk to you about frets and I give you a fret number to work with, we have our frets which are placed in between these bars here, and they're all numbered. So this would be fret number 1, fret number 2, and then fret number 3. And then when I'm also explaining chords to you, I'm also going to refer to your finger numbers. So we have finger number 1, finger number 2, finger number 3, and finger number 4. We're not going to use finger number 4. So let's just worry about 1, 2, and 3. So when I explain, again, we're going to make sure that we're using, helping you with that language there. So we have string number 1. You can go ahead and play those along with me. String number 2, string number 3, and string number 4. We have fret 1, fret 2, fret 3. Go ahead and take a look at your ukulele, see if you can find those. We got fret 1, fret 2, and fret 3. And then lastly, our fingers, we have finger number 1, finger number 2, and finger number 3 that we're going to use today. So let's actually review our C major chord that we learned last week. So I'm going to find string number 1, I'm going to find fret 3 and finger number 3, and place those like this. And then with my right hand, remember you can use your thumb to strum. You can also use the back side of your hand. Or you can do kind of this down, up, back and forth motion. So again, this is C major. So I have finger number 3, I have fret number 3, and string number 1. Go ahead, try that for a little bit. So I hope you have that one kind of down. So let's move on and learn a new chord. So we're going to learn F major. So F major uses 2 fingers. I'm first going to find fret number 1, string number 3, and finger number 1. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to back up. Forget I said that. Fret number 1, string number 2, first using my first finger. And then I'm going to take finger number 2, fret 2, and string number 4. And that's going to give me F major. It's going to sound like this. So I'll review that one more time. So I have finger number 1, fret number 1, string number 2. I have finger number 2, fret number 2, and string 4. And that is F major. So go ahead, try that on your own here. Awesome. So that is F major. And lastly, we need to learn one more chord before we can move on to our song. And this one is G major. And G major is actually similar to what we used last week. It's a similar hand shape, so it'll be kind of similar. Last week we learned a chord called G7, but this one is going to be G major. So this one uses 3 fingers, so bear with me here. We're going to take our first finger, we're going to place that on fret number 2, string number 3. So fret number 2, string number 3. I'm then going to take finger number 2. That's going to go right below it on fret number 2 on string 1. So right now I should have these fingers kind of stacked right on top of each other. So hold those down, and then lastly, I'm going to take finger number 3 That's going to go on fret 3 on string 2. So it kind of creates this triangle shape with my fingers. And then I'm going to go ahead and play it. It should sound like this. So I'll go ahead and review G for you one more time, just to get a hold on that. And again, if the 3-finger chords are tricky for you, that's totally okay. This video will be available to you to kind of go back and reference, so you can kind of play around with this and watch this again and give it a try while you're home. So let's do that one more time. So that's G major. I'm going to take my first finger. I'm going to go to fret number 2, string 3. I'm then going to take finger number 2, go to string 1, fret 2. So again, my fingers are stacked. And just be careful here. You always want to play on the tips of your fingers. Try not to collapse your fingers, because that can kind of push some of the other strings down and maybe make this sound weird if it's not working for you. So really try to play in the tips of those fingers. Keep everything rounded. And then lastly, I'm going to take my third finger. It's going to go on fret number 3, string number 2. And that gives me G major, which gives us this nice sort of triangle shape. Sounds like this. And even though I can't see you at home right now, I know you're doing a really great job, so keep it up. All right, so let's do this. Let's do a review. We're going to review those 3 chords so that we can put them all together, maybe practice going back and forth between those chords, and then we'll get to our song. So let's go back to C major. So remember, 3rd finger, fret number 3, string 1. This is C major. Go ahead, play around with that for a little bit. We got C major. So let's go back to F major. That's the one that has 2 fingers. So I am going to take finger number 1, fret number 1, and string 2. Finger number 2, fret number 2, string 4. Once you get that one set, go ahead and play around with your favorite strumming pattern. Awesome. And then lastly, we'll do G major, which again has the 3 fingers in that triangle shape. So I'm going to take finger number 1, string number 3, fret number 2, finger number 2, fret number 2, string 1. Remember, we're stacked here. And then finger number 3, fret number 3, and string 2. And that gives me this nice triangle shape. I'll get my pinky out of the way, and that way you can take a look at it. Sounds like this. Go ahead, practice it with your favorite strumming pattern. Awesome. All right, so let's do a little practice trying to go back and forth between those 3 chords. So let's do this. We're going to do it without strumming first. So let's just do our fingers only. So when I say the name of the chord, all I want you to do is make the shape, put that chord down with your left hand. So let's start with C major. Why don't you go ahead and make a C major chord? No right hand for now. Just kind of make sure that you're all set. You got everything there. You can take a look. Make sure I have good hand position, playing on the tips of my fingers, nothing's collapsing. And remember, keep that thumb hidden. We don't want to see it. Hide that thumb in the back. All right, go back to F major now. 2 fingers. Looks like this. Check it. Make sure you got your tips of your fingers down. Excellent. And you guessed it, go to G. Very good. And then as we're going back and forth between these chords, if you're getting pretty good at it, see if you can do it without looking at your fingers. That's always a nice challenge for everybody. So let's go ahead, we'll do it a little faster. Make a C and F. Very good. And then last, G. Great. So here's the next step. Let's add our right hand. We're going to do 8 strums with our right hand for each chord. So we'll do 8 strums on C, and we'll count to 8 together. Then we'll do 8 strums on F. We'll count together for 8. And then we'll go to G and do 8 strums. And we'll just repeat that a few times. Here we go. Let's start on C. Get your C set. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch here. F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do it again. I have a feeling you might have gotten stuck going from F to G, and that's okay. That's why we're going to do this a few times. Here we go. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. So just in the interest of time, we'll go a little bit quicker. Now let's do 4 strums in between chords. We'll do it in the same chord order. Here we go. We'll start with C. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, F. 1, 2, 3, 4, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2. We'll stay on C and do it again. C, 2, 3, 4, F. 1, 2, 3, 4 to G. C, 2. We'll keep doing this a few times. C, 2, 3, 4, F. 2, 3, 4, G. One more time. C, 2, 3, 4, F. 2, 3, 4, G. 2, 3, 4, and C. Excellent. All right. I hope you're doing well back there at home. So now let's kind of talk a little bit about Three Little Birds and how we can move into that chord pattern and how these work together. So what I'd like us to be able to do is we're actually going to try to go back and forth between C and F a few times. That's how the chords occur in this song. So let's practice that transition. So why don't you all make a C with your left hand, and then go to F. Good. And then back to C. Good. And then back to F. And back to C. So let's do kind of what we just did before. We'll do 8 on C, we'll do 8 on F, and then we'll do 8 on C. Here we go. 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Back to C. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to F. Good. Good, keep doing this a few times. And we'll end here on C. Very cool. And then the next change that happens in the song is we actually go C to G and then back to C. So let's work on doing that. So we'll do C for 8 and then we'll do G for 8 and we'll do back and forth like we just did, except we'll go C to G instead of C to F. So here we go, start on C, ready, and. G, there you go. Back to C. G. C. G. C. All right, so those are pretty much our basic patterns that we're going to be looking at there when we do this song together. So I think what we'll do next is I'll play through the song and you just kind of hang in there. I'll call out the chords as the song lyrics change, and then we'll go from there and we'll kind of review. So we will start with a C. And we'll just start with this pattern here, about this tempo. And you can just do this down pattern if you want, or you can do down, up, down, up. Don't worry about a thing. We're going to change to F to here. Every little thing is gonna be all. Back to C on right. Singing, don't worry about a thing. And we're gonna change back to F, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Rise up this morning. Here comes G, smiling with the rising sun. 3 little, back to C. Pitch by my F doorstep. Singing sweet songs, back to C. Of melodies, here we go, G, pure and true. Now we're gonna do F, saying, this is my message to you. Ooh, back to C, and then we repeat. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Here comes F, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Back to C. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Here comes F, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. That was C. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. That's G. 3 little birds, back to C. A pitch by my doorstep, F. Singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, that's G. Singing, this is my message to you. Back to the beginning, singing, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Singing, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitch by my doorstep, singing sweet songs This is my message to you. Sing and don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. We'll do that one more time. Sing and don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Cool, so I hope you're able to kind of follow along with that one. I don't know about you, but I feel a whole lot better after kind of just singing and playing my instrument. It's really relaxing for me, and I hope today's lesson was a lot of fun for you, and I'm so grateful that you tuned in today to check this out. And I do want to give another shout out to all the students and families at home in Foxborough and beyond, and I hope you're well, and I hope you're safe, and I hope you are enjoying your time together during this time. Big shout out, thank you to Foxborough Cable Access for doing this and producing this for us, and I'm looking forward to bringing you another lesson next week. Have a wonderful day.